Welcome back to my channel. This is a brand new episode. Welcome back to Mental Health Matters. And this week we will be talking about extroversion and introversion. For those who don't know, we will be talking about being an introvert and being an extrovert. For all of those who have been following me and learning from my content for the longest time ever, you all know that I definitely do not believe in this whole extrovert and introvert thing. I don't think it exists. Why am I saying that? Because I believe that we all have a mental health system. We all need to heal from some things. We all need to communicate. We all need to set boundaries. We all need to take care of ourselves. We all need to do the work. At some point, you need to do the work. And if you don't do it, there are signs, there are symptoms that show up to say, hey, you need to pay attention to this. So I really think that it's I don't know, a stereotype of some sort where you begin to define yourself, or you are defined as an introvert, meaning you have to act a certain type of way. And when you're an extrovert, you have to act a certain type of way, which is not fair, because what happens in situations where you need to stand up for yourself? What happens in situations where you need to set boundaries, like I said before? Is that based on whether you're an introvert or extrovert? And I guess through this episode, I'm here to prove why I don't think leaning towards that idea is the best thing for your mental health. I don't think it's the best thing for your social standing, wherever you are, in whatever it is that you're doing, whether you follow this whole mental health thing, whether you believe in the fact that you have a mental health or not. I don't think it's healthy for us to dwell too much on the fact that, ooh, I'm an introvert and ooh, I'm an extrovert. But let's get into it. So I went to my Instagram page and I was able to ask some poll questions. Thank you so much to all of those who participate in all these little cute little things that I put together just to make this light, just to make this enjoyable. Because to be honest, I'm going to probably say it 100 times. This mental health thing does not have to be stuck up. It doesn't have to be a dense, heavy topic. It's just a matter of learning about each other, learning about yourself. How can you make communication fun? How can you uh, deal with, the tough things, your feelings, your emotions, and all the heavy things in a fun, light, and easy way? So I went to the Instagram poll and I had 5 statements that I asked with options. So you'd have to choose the best option that resonates for you. And remember, all these statements are based on introvert qualities and extrovert qualities. So the first statement that I asked was, or that I put out there was, I say what I'm thinking and feeling immediately. So if you're thinking about something and you're feeling something about a situation, about a conversation, you say it immediately. You don't waste time. And 8% of the people said, yep, I don't hold back. I say it right now, 8%. But the majority, which is 42%, said that they'd rather not most of the time. And about a 33% said it depends, while 17% said I need to process first. So as we can see, the majority said I'd rather not. It means they are not comfortable with us saying things immediately and expressing it immediately. And 33 gave a good, it depends. So the lowest is, yep, I don't hold back. And in this case, we would say that most people are introverts when it comes to saying what they think and feel immediately. So moving on to the next statement. I'm cool with going out, talking to people any time of the day. If somebody is like, listen, somebody had to call you right now and say to you, let's go out, or somebody had to call you, you're in the middle of something and you're just like, no, I need to have this conversation right now. You are cool with that. You are comfortable with that. So we have a good 38%, which is the majority, that says when I'm in the mood. So not all the time. It depends, how am I feeling? Am I in the mood to talk to you? Am I in the mood to go out? That was 38%, the majority. Actually, 39% is the majority. 39% said no, no, I am not for that. It's a no. And 38% said when I'm in the mood. So 39, 38, we're getting more or less the same answer, when I'm in the mood. And then 0% say why not. So 0%, nobody likes this. Nobody does this. We have 38% when I'm in the mood, 39% no. And let's talk about it first, was a good 23%. So I'm getting the feeling that in this case, when it comes to just going out, socializing, talking immediately, right now, right here, it's something that people really want to, it depends. It's something that they really think about it, they really process it. So if we look at this once again, we would say there's a good number of introverts. Okay, so moving on to our second statement, we have I've been on solo dates and solo vacations. So this is a big deal because there are a couple of people in the world everywhere that believe that it's completely odd for you to go out on a solo date or vacation. Go by yourself, enjoy your time, enjoy your money, enjoy the sun, enjoy everything by yourself. Some people generally think that it's weird and it's strange, and they always want to have company. So I had a couple of options, and most people have been on solo dates and vacations more than once, which is a good 45%, the majority. I'm part of that 45%. I love it. It's refreshing. It is the best thing ever, especially if you just want to spend time by yourself and just nurture yourself and relax and just have a moment and listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your heart. And that was our 45%. Well, a good 28% said, I need some company. I need company. Okay. While 27% was like, I do it all the time. All the time I do it. It's not more than once. I do it all the time. And a 0% was like, what's that? Meaning nobody is has been, well, everybody or most of the people have been on solo dates and vacations, and we don't have someone who haven't been to a solo date or haven't had that experience. So I think we also have a case of introversion, because if people are feeling comfortable with going out on solo vacations and solo dates, then it would be regarded, if we look at the meaning of an introvert and the qualities, then this would be regarded as most definitely introversion. All right, so that is our statement, and let's go on to the next one. We have being around a big group of people is, so a good 8%, which is the lowest, said it's my vibe. I like being around people. I want to be around people, a big group of people. You know, maybe it makes them feel good. Maybe they just want to socialize. They just love the vibes. And then we have a tie. So it's not really a tie because it's the same answer if you think about it. So 33% said it's too much. It's just too much. I don't want to do it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to think about it. That's just too much. And I'm with them. That's a lot. Like, I need to breathe. I need the space. So 33% said it's too much, while 33%, another 33%, like I said, it's a tie, said I just want to get out. I want to leave, because I feel like these are the same answers, more or less the same answers, because why not? Why not? Exactly. So that's a type between too much and I just want to get out. While a 26% said it's tolerable, maybe it depends on the situation. Why do I have to be in a big crowd? What's going on? What's happening? It really depends. So this also shows and proves introversion because an introvert, according to the qualities, the traits of an introvert, they don't want to be around a lot of people. It's too much. It's overwhelming. So once again, we have a lot of introversion. And let's go to our last statement, statement number 5. So I said, I don't mind being the center of attention. So 50% of the people, they said, oh, no, no. They don't want to be the center of attention. Mm-mm. They don't they mind. They mind being the center of attention. And 33% said every once in a while, I like to dab in it. It depends what's going on. Am I in the mood? Every once in a while, I like being the center of attention. 17% was like, I'm a bit shy. While 0% said that it makes me feel good. So it doesn't make anybody feel good. But most people, the majority are just like, no. Um, a good third was like every once in a while. So once again, our final statement proves that there is a lot of introversion because 50%, I said 50 cent. Okay. 50% said that it's an oh no, no. They don't like to be the center of attention. So this is strange, right? Because throughout all the statements that I've asked, we are picking up traits of introversion, but we have a colorful group of people. I mean, the people that I follow, some are friends, close people, colleagues, and people that are my people, they are colorful. They are colorful people, different personalities, different lifestyles, um, different walks of life and everything. But it seems like there is a similarity. So how can we then say that, ooh, it's set in stone that you are an introvert. It's set in stone that you're an extrovert. I don't think it's fair. But what I'm picking up here is the communication style. There is a communication style. Our communication styles are not the same. It does not necessarily mean that is your trait, that is your personality. What are our communication styles? And this is exactly where I wanted to get to. What are our communication styles? And your communication style, like I said in the previous video, your communication style is an indication of how you communicate with yourself. And there's so many factors and things. It could be that, where you come from, this is how you've been trained, this is how you learn how to communicate. It could be a various experiences, whether it's been the best experiences or the worst experiences that have ingrained in you this habit of communicating in a certain type of way. It could be so many things. It could be a whole lifestyle change. Maybe you're simply just not the person that you were 5 years ago. You're simply not the person that you were yesterday, and this is how you prefer to communicate in this moment. Our communication styles are different, and through that we can be able to tell, we can be able to see exactly what is going on in terms of how we communicate with ourselves. I don't think it's connected to being an introvert or an extrovert. I don't believe in that because those labels have uh, categorized people into certain groups. Oh, I'm this kind of person. when you haven't even taken the time out to figure out what kind of person are you. So the real question that we should be asking is, what is your communication style? Figure out your communication style. Know your communication style. And this is something that you cannot figure out outside of yourself. You can be guided to do so through this video, through this information that I'm sharing, the knowledge that I'm sharing with everybody else. But at the end of the day, you know if somebody's about to call you up right now that it's not something that you are going to be happy about. It means you have boundaries in your communication style. You like to communicate on a timely, in a timely manner. You plan your communication. You have to process it that, okay, you know what? I want to catch up with this person in the next hour. I am not busy with anything. I don't have any distractions. I don't have anything to do, so I can catch up. Oh, you know why? Somebody really needs me. This is important. Then I might have to drop everything. Boundaries. You know that when you are in a crowd of people, that's where you feel best. That's where you feel like you become more comfortable. You become more, the environment becomes warm. It becomes inviting. Your confidence levels they rise. So that adds to who you are, your communication. You love people, you love being around people. And it doesn't mean also that just because you wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable in a crowd doesn't mean you don't like. No, it doesn't mean that either. It means that you have boundaries, and how your boundaries work are different. And for someone who loves being in the crowd, who loves going out at any time, his or her boundaries also work differently. There is a benefit in the way in which they do what they do. So it's really crucial for us to really get to a point where we understand our communication style. We understand as to why we process and why you don't process certain situations and certain circumstances. Your communication style in terms of different environments, does it change? Are you the same person at work? Are you the same person at home? Are you the same person with your friends? Are you the same person at a gig? Are you the same person at a concert? Or are you completely different based on who's there, based on what's going on, based on the vibe, based on the different elements? So I could say for me, definitely, I am the same everywhere. I'm the same everywhere. Everywhere I'm the same. And that works best for me because I personally have struggled with changing up my communication style to suit the needs and the environment and this and that. It really got me to a place where I had to hold back. I had to hold myself back, and my true self, who I am and how I really communicate and what I'm about, I always have to hold back because in certain environments, ooh, I'm not allowed. Ooh, there's this person. And I had to learn over time by doing what? By understanding exactly what is my communication style. Why is it at the end of the day I feel like crap? It's because I never got to say what I needed to say in that moment. I never got to remove myself from that crowd. I never got to remove myself from that person when I felt like this is too much, I can't do it. When I felt like the energies are not balancing, the energies are just not the same. I'm just uncomfortable. I could not remove myself. And what did I do? I held on to that moment. Then you go back home and you feel like crap, and then you've got anxiety, and then this, and it spirals down to the worst thing. So I had to learn and really observe my communication styles. Who am I? I think that's the first question that we need to ask ourselves. Who are you in different circumstances, and how do you communicate? And of course, when you're in that moment, it's not like, you can automatically like look at yourself and look at the person and be like, I'm communicating like this, and this is what I'm about to say. It doesn't work like that. But if you are able to just reflect at the end of that conversation, at the end of that moment, at the end of that situation, as to how you feel, then I think that is the best thing you can do for yourself, just to observe. Oh, I had lunch with whoever and I had dinner with whoever. How did I feel? Did I really feel like I was myself? Was I comfortable? Did I feel uneasy? If you keep tabs on yourself and you keep looking at how you communicate in different spaces and situations, that will give you an idea about your communication style. And from that point onwards, of course, you would have to look at both sides. What are the moments where you felt like I was actually myself? What was happening? Was it the person's energy? Was it the situation? Um, what was the context? Yes, what was the context? What was the topics that we were talking about? And of course, the things that made you really, really uncomfortable and heavy. What are those things? And moving forward, what is it that you need to do to either incorporate that feel good moment into those spaces where you don't feel like yourself? In some situations, it could be boundaries. Do you need to place boundaries and say no and be honest to people? Do you need to walk away from people? What is really going on? And in some situations, maybe you really don't have much of a choice. You have to be in that situation, but then how can you still be in that situation and stand up for yourself? I think those are the questions that will unfold as you observe your daily communication. And it doesn't also have to be tense. Like I said, make it fun, make it easy. Like, just ask yourself, like anybody would be asking you, how's your day? How's my day today? That conversation, wow, like I really didn't like it. I stayed for too long. Maybe next time I should excuse myself. Oh, actually, I really liked that conversation. It made me feel good. I could speak so freely about my past experiences and speak about this and speak about that show and whatever and this and that, and I felt good. Analyze those moments to find out what is your communication style, because I don't want to I think what we just need to also understand about the information and the content that I'm sharing, I don't want this to be a place where I categorize, people. It's not that kind of space, because sometimes when it comes to mental health topics and things like that, people like to categorize person. Oh, she's got this personality type, and some of the words I will not use because I really think that it's unnecessary. Oh, she's this type of person. She's got this what type QBV type personality. I'm just making some examples, really. I don't like that. I don't like that. I believe that you have to figure out who you are, and you have to categorize yourself. If you want to categorize yourself, you want to be able to put yourself in a certain position. If you want to put yourself in a certain position, why is it that we should constantly hear from society and this person and this expert and that expert about who you are and where you fit in a community, where you fit in society? That's not what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm trying to give everybody the tools that they can navigate by themselves if they want to, and if they're interested in doing so that they can figure out what's going on with themselves before we even get to the points and the parts of our lives where we really have to go to therapy, where we really have to seek professional help like that. um Best thing you can do is get to that professional person knowing your story and knowing exactly who you are, how you communicate, what's hot, what's going on, and so on. So I hope this was very informative. This was so fun. I really enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you want to join into these polls and participate, also share your opinions, your comments, everything, you can absolutely do so on my Instagram page, and I'll be happy to keep all these great activities and questions coming. Thank you so much. I hope that we stay safe and take care of ourselves. Until next time, see you and goodbye.